students, welcome back to this video program on Business and Entrepreneurship Education Grade 9. In our previous video, we have learned about the law of demand. Today's lesson will be on Unit 6, Demand and Supply, where you will learn about the movement and shift of the demand curve. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to show an understanding of movement and shift in the demand curve. Movement along the demand curve. The factor which causes a movement in the demand curve is a change in price of the product itself. The demand curve can move upwards or downwards. Upward movement along the demand curve. The demand curve will move upwards when there is a rise in price. For example, a rise in price from 60 rupees to 70 rupees will cause a fall in demand from 40 units to 30 units. Therefore, there is a movement along the demand curve from point A to point B. This is an upward movement. This is shown as follows. As you can see, there is an upward movement from point A to point B because prices have risen from 10 to 20 and quantity demanded decreases from 40 to 30. Review and sum up. Using the following demand schedule, draw a demand curve to show the upward movement along the demand curve. Downward movement along the demand curve. The demand curve will move downwards when there is a fall in price. For example, a fall in price from 20 rupees to 10 rupees will cause an increase in demand from 50 units to 60 units. Therefore, there is a movement along the demand curve from point A to point B. This is a downward movement. As you can see, there is a downward movement from point A to point B because the price has decreases from 20 to 10 and quantity demanded has increases from 50 to 60. Review and sum up. Using the following demand schedule, draw a demand curve to show the downward movement along the demand curve. Shift of the demand curve. The factors which cause a shift in the demand curve are the other factors. They are income of consumer, population, tastes and preferences, and climate. The demand curve can shift to the right or to the left. Income of consumer. When the income of consumers increases, they will have more money to spend on goods and services. The effect on demand is quantity demanded of commodities will increase, causing the demand curve to shift to the right. For example, consumers will demand more shoes if there is an increase in their income. As you can see, the demand curve has moved to the right from D to D1. From point A to point B. Climate. Another factor causing the demand curve to shift to the right is climate. For example, some products are more demanded in winter rather than in summer, and vice versa. Review and sum up. Draw a demand curve to show how more swimming suits will be demanded in summer. Taste and preferences. When the taste and preferences of consumers change, they will prefer to buy a particular product rather than another one. The effect on demand is quantity demanded of certain commodities will decrease, causing the demand curve to shift to the left. For example, consumers will demand less unhealthy oil if they become more health conscious. As you can see, the demand curve has shifted from A to B. There is a shift from D to D1. Population. Another factor causing the demand curve to shift to the left is population. Some goods will be demanded by certain population rather than others. Review and sum up. Draw a demand curve to show how a decrease in an aging population will decrease demand for medical products. Here are some additional materials that you can use for further information. Well, I hope that this video session has been fruitful to you. Keep watching for more videos. Until the next, goodbye.